Welcome back, baby dolls. We're going to do a very quick update on the ribbeting. The ribbeting is just us looking for a deep value opportunity in PEPE. And we're going to go through this. We're going to have a look. So, the ribbeting. What does this word mean? I made it up. Didn't exist before today. Now it exists. The ribbeting. Basically, the premise is I want a meme coin that's blue chip. I love PoorPleb. PoorPleb, ticker PP, that is an attachment of Pulse Chain and Hex community. And it's great, but I want something different. And I want something that's basically a faster SHIB and a faster DOGE. And I did not know what to look for, but now PEPE's arrived and I'm thinking, okay, if we can get this super cheap, if it comes, this will be a fantastic opportunity. So have a look at this. So right now, PEPE, it's back in my box. It's minus 71% down. So I have a picture here. I'm going to show you now. PEPE's tapped minus 71%. This is not cheap in crypto. If you've been watching my videos, you got a straight back, you eat your bananas, orange juice with 3 ice cubes, and we're going to leave the pulp. 70% unfortunately is not cheap. So if you ask me, hey, what would you do? Are you holding it? Look, you can't ask me what to do in these indecision zones. It's, oh, no, what's going on? I just don't want to own it. I would not want to touch this until deep value arrives. It's gone up 343,000x. So I've got a big tick here because I was waiting for this box to come back. I thought it was going to stop at this box, but this is how the game works, friends. You're going to do this, right? So there are these zones that you can just draw where you're like, okay, either the market stops here or if it continues up, it's going to come back here. So you can't get yourself trapped. So as I started breaking up here, I got tagged and abused on Twitter by a lot of people saying, oh, it's going up, life-changing gains for me. And these people didn't want to get out. But what ends up happening is now they drink the sweet waters of euphoria and they don't want to get out. And now it's minus 70% down and it's come back to the box. Now they're going to believe that hopium of, oh, we're just cooling off for a bounce. And if you remember from the Wall Street cheat sheet, that's one of the complacency type of emotions where you're not seeing people on Twitter say, PEPE's a scam, PEPE's a scam. You're not seeing, have you noticed that? You have not seen anybody say that because they're all holding long. That's complacency because the price has dropped 70%. Usually, these people are super weak hands. Why aren't they feeling the blood? Why aren't they feeling anxiety and fear? It's because they are still stuck in that euphoria. They're still stuck in the belief in the community. So this is the unfortunate reality of what happens at the tops. So now that we can identify this, that's how I can tell. I go, well, no one's calling it a scam. No one's saying it's an absolute Ponzi. Okay, well, that means the weak hands aren't out yet. So it doesn't mean I want this. It's just an indicator to tell you, okay, there are people. So this is how you think about it. It's not that the price is going to go down like this straight away, but maybe it comes back up later, comes back down. But all you got to know is there are people who, if the price comes down here, minus 80, minus 90%, there are people who loved it up the top and they will be selling it. They'll be more than happy to sell it and get rid of their fear and emotion down there. And because you know their weak hands and they are ready to be pinged, market's going to test them, and you're probably going to see that. I hope it continues up, by the way. Wouldn't that be fantastic if for everybody if it continues up? So I don't lose any money if anything happens. I'm just waiting. So you need a good entry price at the end of the day. You can't just go saying, I believe in this, and you can't just go buy anything at any price. Doesn't make any sense. For example, would you pay $10 million for the house you live in? No, you wouldn't. You say, oh, well, houses are useful. Infinite utility. No, it's not. It's got a price. Everything's got a price. Okay, so we're going to look now. So despite all the influencers telling us that PEPE was revolutionary, and it's funny, man. I watched some YouTubers and they already said, why didn't anybody think of this before? Brother, my brother in Christ, where have you been for the past 15 months? There have been over 5 solid attempts at PEPE. Over 5. More like 8, 9, or 10. Do you know what's funny? You will notice in the past 4 months before this PEPE launched, there were different PEPE iterations like PEPE Gold and McPEPE's. Do you ever wonder why? That's because the original PEPE was such a trash ticker symbol, no one was buying it. So these new meme communities, they said, okay, well, Pepe's been done like 8 times before. PEPE. Let's like put a little twist on him. Let's make it Pepe Gold. Let's make it a McDonald's Pepe. Let's make it different themes. They were already doing the theme iterations because the original Pepe didn't work. And now, because people just saw these green candles go up, people saw this 343,000x, they said, this is a new revolution. No, it's not. It went viral. That's what happened. So don't confuse these. So it's very important. When people are excited, you got to think, are they really excited or did the price just go up? And you got to think about the downside as well. Okay. So now you can even feel it already. Now that memes are fading off, I'm willing to wait another 9 months to see how deep Pepe drops. So if you go back, I've shown you many times, Colt Dow. It did 100x, popped up, and then I said, well, I'm not buying it until minus 90% down. And Colt took 450 days, I think. 400 to 450 days to finally hit minus 90% on Colt versus Ethereum. It even dropped the first big wave, it dropped minus 78%. And then it rallied for 5 months. It made a lower high, but it never reclaimed the high. So many people messaging me saying, oh, it's minus 70 to minus 80%. Like, don't let them round it off to you. Minus 70% is not minus 90%. Okay? If you had $100,000 and something drops minus 70%, you've got $30,000. But if it drops 90%, you have $10,000. So that minus 70% is 3 times higher than you. Do you get me? That's why you need to get minus 90%. It is a huge difference at the bottoms. Huge. That's why in this game, the people who remain like robots, they actually do the best because they are willing to wait for the best price. They're willing to wait. They go, that's it. Well, I'm waiting for the best price. But also, you miss out on the biggest gains because you're never really a believer. You always think like a 3x is too high or a 2x is too high. Okay? So I want minus 90%. Why? I can show you many charts. SHIB did minus 99%, minus 96%, and minus 91%. And I've quickly got the SHIB chart for you here. You can look up the real ones. And many of you, please, there are so many SHIBs on TradingView. All of these are wrong. You have to manually construct the chart. Or you can use charts.cointrader.pro, which is, you can look at another website. But you got to learn how to just construct this yourself. So you're going to have to go to SHIBWETH. You get this one with 81BEE, right? That one. And then you have to do divided by ETH USDT. That will give you SHIB USDT from the very beginning. I've already marked this. This is SHIBWETH. The first minus 99% drop and then minus 96%. You see? So even if I type in the manual one, you'll be able to see it. This is the real one. Look, down. And also you're going to have to use this price range. See, it did a minus 99% drop. And then this second one up here was minus 96, 97. You got to know this, man. You got to know this. Now you know, okay, I'm not touching until you give me super deep blood. That's it. I think this was the very top. See here, minus 91.2%. You have to look at other charts as well, but it's around minus 91%. Doge USD, now we're lucky Doge has the full data, but you can see, man, Doge from the top, minus 93.6%. From here, this is actually minus 94%. You can check for Doge. These are very important, by the way. This is a huge difference, minus 94%. Even Doge's very first one, right? How much did it drop? Minus 95%. This is enormous difference. Let's go back to that example. If you have $100,000 and something drops 70%, you've still got $30,000. But if it drops minus 95%, you've only got $5,000, which means that person who just sat on the sidelines and was not a real believer and who just sat there forever, they can come and with your amount of money, when you have $30,000, okay, because you're in there, they can literally just put in your money and get 6 times bigger position than you. 5 or 6 times. That's how big the difference is. It is freaking enormous. Enormous difference. This is exactly why you don't want to buy at 70%. You don't. And unfortunately in crypto, I wish everything stopped at 70%. It would make our life much easier. It's not. Bitcoin, after 14 years now, what was its bear market drop? Minus 77%. And Ethereum was around minus 80%. So maybe that's a clue. If your coin survives that long and it's a blue chip, that's what happens. So unfortunately, coins like XRP and other ones that have been around super long as well, they still drop minus 90%. Very sad, but that's just how the reality is, okay? So now that we have this, we can go back and come back here. I mentioned here to you again, right? So if Pepe hits minus 90%, what are we going to see? We're going to see every influencer. They're going to call it a scam, pump and dump, and they're going to pretend like they didn't promote it, which is good. That's how we know we are in the cheap zone, right? Because that means when people start saying it's a scam, it's pump and dump, what that means is it's the universe reaching out to you to tell you, hey, these people, they have sold specifically because of their opinion that they think it's a scam and a pump and dump, and they feel bad. Okay, that has nothing to do with the fundamentals. I know it's funny, meme coin fundamentals, but they haven't looked at the community. Are they building anything? Is there a leader? Are they founders, etc.? They haven't looked at any of that. They're just like, this looks disgusting. I want to get out. That's what you want. For example, like if you have a house, let's say you lived on a street and every house on the street is $1 million. What if somebody just lived in a house and it had a blue roof and everyone else had a red roof? And this person was like, I start to hate the color blue. I want to get rid of this house because of the blue roof. I'm going to sell it for $300,000. You would be saying, oh, wow, this person just hates this house because of the blue roof. I'm going to pick it up. Okay, so these are the same principles with crypto. I'm here like a satellite to give you the message. I'm here to show you. This is the same thing, okay? But this is why this obviously can make way more than other asset classes because there are no formulas for this, okay? So when 90% is reached, I'm going to then investigate their community and their network effects. So I already asked some people about this. They've already said to me, look, why don't you do it now? And I said, look, if you do it now, you are going to fall in the trap. You are going to buy that minus 70, minus 80%. And unfortunately, this part where we are now, you will be lulled into a false sense of security. It might do this. And you might think, oh my God, I missed the bottom. Nope. Same thing that happened to me with Colt Dow. It just goes like that. But before that happens, you will think, oh, wow, see, 70% was cheap. And people are going to be, it's complacency. People are going to think that, hey, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. They're in denial. And then it's going to come back down. I want the cheap zone or nothing. Happy to skip it, literally. I'm happy to miss this whole thing completely. That's the only way you're going to get these things. So I think its market cap, when I did that number, will be about 150 million, which is super cheap. Remember, it peaked at like 1.5 billion at the top. So that's at minus 90%. Wouldn't it be great? Look, I just showed you, man. If SHIB dropped and DOGE dropped, they drop more than 90%. To be honest, I want to get more than 90% in PEPE. I'd love to get minus 93 to minus 95%. I know that's a long way down. You want me to show you the number? It's actually that red box. That's what it is. So I'm going to have to put it on a linear chart. You can see that's minus 94%. But if you put it on a log chart, then you'll see where we go back and get revisited. So it's funny, you go all the way back down, bang, around this zone. See, this is the original entry zone where it only spent a week in. Okay, markets like to do this. They if they didn't spend enough months in an area, for some reason they come back. And I don't know if you remember, you see this wick here? You can see this tiny little wick. This is when that guy woke up. He woke up and he just saw that his account was up like $1.8 million and he just sold with 50% slippage. He just clicked market sell. This was a guy who had been degenning for 2 years and he was like down after like 2 years. He'd spent like 20 grand, I think, or 10 to 15 grand. He was just doing $100, $300, $500, $800 everywhere. He finally threw $250 in PEPE and then this one was hit like 2 million. But was this the funniest part, friends? He put $2,000 in the fake PEPE from February. So he did $2,000 for their ICO and the scum evil bastards, they rugged him. He lost everything. $2,000 or $2,500. So in this one, he only put in like $250. He's like, man, this PEPE's a scam. Doesn't that crush you a bit to think that, oh man, this person had been scammed so many times in PEPE. When it came for the real one, he only had 1/10 of his normal size. Something to think about. Okay, so what would the potential be if we get here? If we get here, 30x would be the minimum. Like if you're getting, let's say we actually do get a minus 95% drop, you get 20x back to the top. So if it triples that top, you'll get 60x if we get there. That's why I want to get a cheap price. If you buy here, you don't get anything. You don't get much, right, compared to the other strong altcoins out there. So you might think, 30, 60x, it's not 1,000x. Well, here's the thing. The 30x to 60x will look very juicy in 2024. And that's because Bitcoin and Ethereum will be much higher than today and they will drag altcoins up. For example, Chainlink's like $6. Okay, maybe it's $25 next year. So $25 to my target of 200 is only like an 8x. It's 8. What if PEPE's down minus 95%? You get a 60x. Okay, what if Hex is back up to 25, 30 cents, right? And I'm like, oh, up to like $2 target, right? And you might say, hey, it's going higher. That's okay. I'm just trying to predict a rough conservative zone of where it would be reasonable to get out. Okay, so maybe Bitcoin's like at 40K, Ethereum's 3K. So you can see Bitcoin 100K is like only a 2.5x. Ethereum to 10K is going to be like a 3x from that point. Just to give you an idea. So that's why at that zone, if we get this cheap PEPE, it's going to be very lucrative to be able to pick this up. If we get there, I mean, hopefully it doesn't work to straight to zero, but we'll see. Okay, so PEPE, right? Where are we coming from with PEPE? So it's going to attach itself, probably, this is what I see, to Doge and SHIB. I've seen some memes. It's the Doge. It's like the third leg, basically. You got Doge, you got your SHIB, right? Now you're going to have your little frog. And it's a universal 20-year-old meme. And I think it's only going to happen in the same type of environment that Doge hits $1. That's what we're actually playing for. So you're not playing for other communities specifically. You're just playing for that type of run. Because memes were a thing in 2021. I think they're going to have a lower return in the next cycle. But memes are now what you would call a blue chip play because they are only in their second cycle. In the first cycle, they did hundreds of thousands of X. Doge did 220X. SHIB did 1 million X in 2021. But now people are understanding memes a bit. Now we're in cycle 2. So I don't think we're going to get your 100X anymore. Well, most likely you won't, because this is what happens. When you're in the second cycle of any coin, you get significantly diminished returns, and same as the narratives. This is very interesting, right? So payment solutions, amazing. In the first cycle, 2017, XRP did 500X in 1 year. Payment solutions in 2021 were garbage. I had a few coins in there. No one did anything. They barely moved. And now you better believe payment solutions that no one's even doing them. There's just no money there. Same as ICOs. ICOs were big, couple of 100Xs you got to get from your ICOs in 2017. Then they dropped to like 20 to 40Xs in cycle 2, which is 2021. And now ICOs, everyone knows they're just pump and dumps. Every single person, because you need retailers to buy the listing, and retailers have been hurt too much. Okay, so same with memes, right? Now memes, they did cycle 1 in 2021. Now I'm just going to wait for this next one. But you got to pick the right ones. It's not so easy. So yeah, it's kind of a blue chip, like it's reliable because we don't know the new narratives, but this is something you got to think about. So what I'm expecting as well is a deep 2025 event, as you probably already know, and I'm going to be patiently waiting. And it's very, very important. So this is just a repeat, basically, just to summarize a lot of things in this tweet. You know, PEPE, 71% off the top, friends. Not good enough. I want deeper. Okay, I even have here outlined SHIB, 99, 96, 91% drops. Doge, 94, 94, and 95% drops. So is it wild to think that PEPE can't drop minus 95%? No, it's not wild. Did 343,000 X return in less than 1 month. So, you know, here I am. I'm like, I don't even want to stand in front of it at minus 90%. I don't. I want, just get me deeper. I want some sort of final deep. Just, I want people hurting. That's what you want, because that's when you're going to get the biggest reward. Imagine you come in as a bull after minus 95% on PEPE. That'd be insane. And I've already calculated the number. I think the market cap all lines up. You need Doge up there. You need SHIB pumping, but this just might be a faster version of them. Yes, because Doge and SHIB might not be minus 95% when you get to pick up the PEPE. So you're getting a higher discount off the high. Okay, and most importantly, you are only going to get this if we're willing to wait forever. Okay, you got to, I promise you got to hear this 30,000 times. I don't care how many times you hear it. You only win in this game if you're willing to wait forever. Not 1 month, not 12 months, literally forever. That's the only way, because eventually you have some ammo when that opportunity comes. And they always do, man. They always do. When have you ever been in any coin, no matter how good it is, that hasn't let you down? Please, I'd like to let you know. Please tell me right now. I'm waiting for it. Name any community. I don't care who you are. You have had big, vicious, disgusting drops from the top. You've made people question absolutely everything. I'm looking at every single coin out there, every single one, okay? So there is no one that's special. If there was something special, people, entrepreneurs would analyze it and they would study it, and then they would incorporate that specialness into their own coins to try to program out the speculative destruction that happens on the way down. But you can't get rid of it. The volatility is the price you pay no matter what. Okay, so yeah, 30, 60x might look pretty good. And of course, friends, now we're going to wait. So you can see this cute little meme. That's what we're going to end up with today. So like, subscribe, bell button, or tell mum and dad that you love them, friends. I'll catch you in the next one.